I have a feeling people aren't going to like that whole countdown thing, but I did it early so that we clocked in right at 8:45. I know I'm bouncing around on start times, but the whole idea for me is I want to find out who wants to watch when. If I get, 5 people watching at 8:45 and I get 40, 50 people watching at 9:30 because they're bored with work already, I'll do that. Right. So if you have a comment idea of when you want to watch this, let me know, and then I'll gather a consensus. Today we're talking about highs and lows. Highs and lows. Yeah. So this year or this last week was eventful. I may have told you I had 16 sets, 17 sets of people come through my open house on Sunday. Seems like buyers are back. I don't think, I think if we looked at what it was last year, the number of sales that we had, these are sales. These are houses that were active and went into contract, 59. We had almost 60 single family homes in Santa Clara County go into contract. It's pretty good for a January, right? I told you, I think prices are coming down. I mean, houses are starting to sell again. And I think that's why I'm doing these. So you can see where we're going every day, kind of get an idea of what the market is like. If you're thinking about selling, our selling season is March, April, May. So start getting ready to sell. Give me a call. We can go through the whole process. I'll do my little banner here real quick so you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Banner. Okay, so rates. Again, rates. If you saw yesterday, we had Wells Fargo quoting like 5.25, 5.18. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Usually comes in. Wells Fargo. Yeah. Hang on. Boy, let me bring this over so you can take a look at it. 5 1/8. That was yesterday's rates. These are non-quoted rates. You have to pay a couple discount points, or almost just a little bit more than a half a discount point to get over there. But guys, that's just crazy. That's a 30-year standard. That's jumbo. That is 30-year jumbo. Sorry. Guess he's not even quoting the standard conventional, because in California, there's not very many that aren't conventional, that are conventional these days. And quite frankly, conventional is a little more expensive. It's more like 6.1. So if you look at this number right here, that's the general thing right here, 6.21. So we're hovering up here, but you're going to find far better pricing if you stay jumbo. All right. Gas, the lowest I saw today at gasbuddy.com is $3.69. It's better than $5 poke in the eye, right? Okay, almost 60 days on, or almost 60 houses sold this last week, the last 7 days, including today. Okay. Our highest sales price was in, I think, Saratoga, $4.8 million. We'll go to that real quick. Oh, no. Pierce Road in Saratoga. Yeah. It's Pierce Road. Started off at 5.5 million, landed down about 4.8. It took 88 days for it to sell. Right? 88 days, house in Saratoga. Look how gorgeous this thing is. It's like a storybook. I mean, it's gorgeous. Granted, not a big fan of the wood shingles, but that could present an issue. It's a beautiful house. All right, let's take a look at the lowest church for 500. By the way, it sold for 5.26% over list price. Pricing is very crucial today, right? There's ego pricing, and then there's realistic pricing. If you have it realistically priced, you're going to sell your house quickly. Gilroy, Church Street. It's a 123-year-old home. 1,288 square foot. If you've ever walked into any of these Craftsman / Victorian / they're pretty much standard, where you have living space on the right side and then you have sleeping space on the left side. And there's no real hallways. Hallways were kind of invented around the 1940s. So you walk into a living room, maybe a living room, dining room combo, and then to the right is a bedroom, and then right next door is another bedroom, and then you walk into the kitchen, and then there's another bedroom or what have you. And sometimes they have them underneath. These things are raised foundations, so there's a little bit of cellar underneath. Not really living space, it's more storage. Pretty cool. But for $500,000, you can't beat it. Took 30 days to sell. Listed for $475,000, and it actually sold for 5% over. Awesome, right? The highest list price to sales price ratio was Davenport Drive. Let's take a quick look at this one. Where is it? Davenport Drive in, where is it? What area? 95127, Alum Rock. Okay. Yep. So that's 680, 101, closer to the hills. Beautiful house. Nice little ranch style. Completely updated. Brand new everything kitchen. Look at that lighting up there. It's really pretty. Wow. I wonder if that's a scratch right there. So, this is the typical style of what you're seeing today. Grays and whites, very monotone. To me, it's kind of getting boring, but that's what people want. They want turnkey, right? There are new colors, grayish. I've done videos on the new colors that are out there, right? If you're going to do that, why didn't you paint the fireplace? I'm not going to tell you. To me, this looks like it was a flip, or they came in and redid it, because when I see no backyard, I mean, they have a backyard, but they don't have grass. They just tear out the old grass. Tells me that they were saving money. They just threw out the cheap town bark stuff. Let's see real quick. Active escape. Looks like somebody came in and just basically did a flip job. So, I mean, not saying anything wrong with the property, but it's a standard home. It's 1,864 square feet, 48 years old, built in 1974, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Let's take a look at the ratio. 124% over list price, or 24% over list price. That's pretty cool. It's really good. And then one here, Foothill Drive. Take a look at Foothill Drive. There it is. Now, this is a story of bleep around and find out, right? When you ego price a house, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. Say, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to wait for the right buyer. It could take 6 months. I'm going to take, right? When we tell you that the market is starting to contract, meaning go down, you have to understand that there's strategies behind that, right? If you say, I'm okay, I'm going to wait for the right buyer to come through, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. But you have to be patient. When you go halfway through and you're into it a couple months, you're like, oh, why aren't we selling houses? Or why is this house selling? How come I have no showings? It's because your house is overpriced. But Vito, this house backs into the hills and the foothills, and it's a beautiful house. And in April 22, it sold for 1.6. I think it should sell for 1.7. I agree, but the market contracted. This is a split level house. There's nothing wrong with this house at all. It's a beautiful looking house, right? Split level. You have upstairs and downstairs. See, that's the other thing too. This is very crowded looking. Like, well, okay, this is a hobby room. I get it. But if you're moving, you got to make it look like bright and airy and roomy. This looks crowded, right? Carpet doesn't sell so well these days. You have beige coloring, right? Older tile floors. People pick this stuff apart. And it's not because they're trying to be mean, it's that they're comparing it to other houses, like that last one we saw. Completely updated, new modern colors, all the same color all the way through, so you don't have to have 15 different gallons of paint like my house, right? Now, there's this idea, right? When you're selling your house, you want to get it to what people are looking for. It's like selling a Ferrari with 3 wheels. Yeah, your Ferrari could be worth $250,000 if it had all the same wheels and brand, reupholstered seats, new engine, right? Or if you have it as a fixer upper, it's not going to be worth $250,000. It's going to be worth maybe $100,000, maybe $125,000. Same thing with Corollas or Hondas or whatever. If it's a beater and it needs work or you need to part it out, you're not going to get top dollar for it. If you have a house that has oak cabinets and the older counters and a light bulb that's burnt out and beige walls, that's like saying my Honda Accord from 1986 is worth, the cost of a brand new Honda Accord, which is $40,000. Not going to happen. You're not going to attract buyers. You're going to see people coming through. And again, they're not being picky. They're not being mean. They're just looking at the house and say, oh, that's a lot of work. Are these guys ever going to get around? Yeah, okay. Backs into the trail. I get that. That's great. But look at this pantry, or what is this thing here? Oh, it's a little nook cranny. I would never put that there. Okay, that's cool. Got the little shiplap going, Joanna Gaines thing going on. I get that, right? That's cool. But that's one room and you have carpet. And I know people like to have carpet in their bedrooms. I get that, but you can always do hardwood floors and then rugs, right? And if you're selling a bedroom with windows, open up the freaking windows. Yep, that's awesome. You have peach trees covering up your view, but there you go. That's awesome, right? Man cave, totally dig that. I have to guess that this is it right here. Yeah, because that's where the deck is. Your peach trees covering everything. Peach tree should be over here. And there's that trail up into Santa Teresa, Golnack, Bernal, whatever park that is, right? I've walked past this house multiple times, and it's on kind of a crook, so you have a wider lot. That's awesome. I totally get that. But again, not to beat the dead horse, when you tell people that you think your house is worth 1.725 and you wait for 106 days to get it sold, it's overpriced for what the market is. And I'm not saying this to be mean. Whoever this seller is, I don't know who you are. I don't really care. The idea here is you need to price it based on 3 things: location, condition, and price, right? Those things matter. And especially in a contracting market, if you have hubris and ego attached to April 22 numbers, you're not going to get your house sold. And you're going to get frustrated. You're going to blame me. And I understand that. It's always my fault. I don't care. I have no ego when I'm selling houses. Listen to your agent. Understand where the market's going. Watch these videos and understand we're in a contraction period. But March, April, May, that might turn around. And here's how that goes, right? We tell you we're hearing little rumors of this and that. We're talking about this. We're talking about that. You will know a lot more because you live in your little area, your microcosm of an area, which is 2 or 3 blocks, and you know what's going on. You know what's selling. You know what's not selling. You know what houses are coming soon, right? I take care of an entire valley. multiple counties. I can't do that micro view, but I also know that I know what's going on in the big picture, and I can bring that picture down to your microcosm of where you live and make it make sense. And I'm not going to argue with you on price, because you're going to put it up. And if you go with me or somebody else, you're going to go with the person that agrees with you on price. And then if it's wrong, then it's their fault. It doesn't work that way. We want to sell houses. We're not out to make a quick buck, but we're also there to make sure your house sells. And when there's that difference, and I just listened to a podcast, Neil Matlig talked about this today. You have those three choices. You have as is, you have auction, and you have full retail. And if it's full retail, it better look brand spanking new. And when you have a house listed at full retail and it's not full retail, your house is going to sit. So that's the story that I wanted to make sure that we understood. All right, where am I? That's it for now. I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's it. Crazy times. Big houses selling for less, small houses selling for more, rightly priced retail looking houses selling for 25% over list price in a crazy market. Yes. So listen to your agent, listen to the person that's talking to you. They've been doing this for a while, right? I mean, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. This December will be 20 years. And again, we're not trying to make a quick buck. We're trying to guide you into understanding what the market is doing. And that's why you hire professionals, right? It's the same thing. You try to hire a lawyer, and you tell him, I want to sue him for $10 million, and it's really worth like $200,000. He's going to kick you out. So that's it. Hope you have a great Tuesday, January 31st, last day of January. We'll see you out there.